An American family detained in Syria is sent back to the U.S. The transfer was one of the few repatriations of ISIS-linked women or children from Syria to Western countries since the group lost the last of its territory in March. The 8 Americans were part of a Cambodian-American family from the Seattle area that had traveled to Syria to join the militants, according to one of the American officials, who was not authorized to speak publicly about the case. They had not yet. The group includes 4 sisters who were taken to Syria by their parents, according to Kimberly Pullman, an American-Canadian woman who was detained with the family in Syria. She said that the other 4 Americans are young children born to the 2 older sisters. Ms. Pullman, who also traveled to Syria to join ISIS, said in an interview in February. Her account was confirmed by a person close to the family. Now, amid urgent questions about marooned in overcrowded camps and prisons in Syria and Iraq, the authorities who run them are releasing some of them to return home or to a slow, halting process that still leaves many thousands stranded in miserable conditions without any resolution of their fate. In the face of security concerns and public opinion that is firmly against repatriating people who are viewed as potential threats, few governments have retrieved their citizens from the camps. Most of those who have, about 900 Syrian female relatives and children of Islamic State fighters, were freed this week under the auspices of local Arab tribal leaders, said Mustafa Bali, a spokesman for the Syrian Democratic Forces, the American-backed Kurdish-led force. Norway, Iraq, where thousands more foreign ISIS followers are being held, has sent a little less than half of the 1,060 foreign children it was holding back to their home countries. Of those the Americans repatriated from Syria this week wanted to go back and did so without any pressure or coercion, a senior official with the Kurdish administration in northeastern Syria said in a statement. He did not identify. It was not clear whether they would face prosecution when they came back to the United States, or what would happen to them. Ms. Pullman said the Americans had originally been a family of 7, a mother, father, and 5 daughters, who were still children when they went to Syria. The parents and eldest, the 4 surviving sisters and 4 children are now being repatriated. The Islamic State, which once controlled territory the size of Britain across Iraq and Syria, in late March, after a 4-year military campaign to defeat it. As the Syrian camps overflowed last winter and the Kurdish authorities and humanitarian groups alike struggled to shelter, feed and care for thousands of ISIS followers and their families, foreign governments were the futures of their citizens with new urgency. Apart from the security concerns, there are logistical, moral, and legal dilemmas. Prosecuting ISIS. Some countries, like Britain and Australia, have chosen to strip their ISIS-linked nationals of citizenship. A few, in the Trump administration has pushed other countries to take back their citizens, but it is unclear how many Americans the United States has repatriated. Only a small number, though it has brought back and prosecuted a handful of the few American fighters who joined the Islamic State. The administration has sought to bar Hoda Mathana, an American woman accused of spreading propaganda for ISIS, over a technical question about her citizenship. A State Department official, speaking on the condition of anonymity, said the government was working to verify the citizenship of people claiming to be American in conflict zones on a case-by-case basis. Eric Schmidt and Charlie Savage contributed reporting from Washington, Rukmani Kalimaki from Vancouver, Alyssa Rubin from Baghdad, and Wade Assad from Beirut.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.